New tonight on KGW News, new evidence revives a hit-and-run investigation.
You see something, you know something, please say something.
As we hear for the first time from the motorcyclist whose life was changed forever. Plus, OHSU facing pressure to shut down its primate research.
If we didn't have to use animals, I would.
KGW goes inside the center to find out why some doctors say the work is indispensable. Then, it's the TikTok challenge that ended with 2 middle schoolers arrested for arson.
This appears more relatively good kids making a really dumb choice.
And later,
it was very eerie, extremely quiet.
As we approach the 45th anniversary of the Mount St. Helens eruption, one of the rescuers reveals never-before-seen photos of his unforgettable mission. Welcome to the weekend. We begin this Friday with a weather impact alert. While it's a calm night in the Rose City right now, Matt Zafino says we better get prepared for a Saturday soaker. He's in the Weather Center with your first forecast. Hey there, Matt.
Hey there, David. We still have dry weather down in Salem. It is 57 degrees there, but in Portland, we're beginning to see some light rainfall. 57 degrees here, too. Won't be that cold of a night with the cloud cover, but it is going to be a wet day on Saturday. You see on Doppler radar, the rain bubbling up, these showers developing now roughly from I-5 eastward and to the south to about Canby or so, a little bit farther south than that, and then up into Clark County, as you can see. So not everybody is getting it just yet. We really haven't had much more than a little bit of drizzle downtown, but the east side is seeing it, and there's more developing along and off the coast, and that's all going to be pushing inland through the night tonight and through the day tomorrow, too. So again, get set for quite a bit of wet weather tomorrow. Showers on and off throughout the day. The strongest showers will be in the afternoon, and I can't completely eliminate the chance of a thunderstorm in the valleys either, although it's not a very big chance. Better odds for that east of the Cascades, but I'm saying there's a chance. So yes, we're going to call tomorrow a weather impact alert day. We'll have showers on and off through most of Saturday. Occasionally they will be heavy. You might need to adjust your weekend plans according to the rain. David?
Haven't seen a day quite like that in a while. Thanks, Matt. New tonight, we are hearing from a motorcyclist who was seriously injured in a hit-and-run crash just a day after Gresham police shared new information, including the name and photo of someone they are calling a person of interest. Catherine Cook talked with the survivor and his family tonight. Catherine?
David, it's been over a year since the crash, but the victim and his family are hopeful that the case is finally heating up. Now, a warning, the video of this motorcycle crash is tough to watch, but they want people to see it and share it if it means getting police the tip they need.
Since New Year's Eve 2023.
Yeah, 99% of the time I'm in a wheelchair.
Things have been different for Angel Arango Blackburn and his family, but they know.
Super grateful.
Things could be worse.
It was a little crazy when I thought we lost him there for a second, so really happy he's still here.
The family was driving back to their Gresham home from a football game in Seattle. Angel was on his motorcycle, his wife Audrey and their 2 boys following behind. When they reached Southeast Division and 202nd, newly released video shows what happened next. The driver of a red Chevy Sonic rear-ended the motorcycle, knocking Angel to the ground before running over him.
The car's in the air and it's going over me.
Audrey and the boys saw the whole thing.
It's just crazy how resilient they've been.
A car cam also captured video of people exiting the Chevy before ditching it. And for the first time, Gresham Police is identifying one of them as a person of interest. His name is Solomon Martinez Gonzalez. Police also got security video of Gonzalez making a purchase at a liquor store that night and found the receipt in the car. Audrey believes someone knows where police can find Gonzalez.
Do the right thing and turn this person in. They need to pay for the consequences.
In the meantime, as the nerves in Angel's broken back continue to regrow, he continues to hope.
Walking, being a crazy dad like I used to be. So that's my goal. It's just a game of patience at this point. Just do what I can do as much as I can and then hope for the best.
Here's one more look at the person of interest in this case. He is 35-year-old Solomon Martinez Gonzalez. Police say days after the crash, he abandoned his apartment and may have fled the state or the country. If you know anything about him or others connected to the case, you're asked to call Gresham Police. David.
Now let's hope someone out there comes forward. Thanks, Catherine. By the way, police in Gresham are also searching for these 3 people they say are wanted in connection with a shooting that left a 13-year-old dead. The suspects are 20-year-old Anthony Hunter Jr., 20-year-old Xavier Hirsch, and 16-year-old Terrell Coy. On April 27th, 13-year-old Liam Spanley Bailey was asleep in his bed when he was hit by a stray bullet. This was the 11 Pines Apartments. Bailey attended Rowe Middle School and planned to go on a snowboarding trip with his dad on the day of the shooting. If you see or know anything about the suspects, you're asked to call 911. To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now, the Coast Guard has called off the search for a possible missing boat off the coast of Cannon Beach. That's after they received a report from someone staying at a hotel there last night who saw flares shot into the air offshore.
So again, we always ask people, if you do see something, always call out of precaution. We'd much rather be safe about the situation.
Coast Guard helicopters and boats spent the night and morning searching the water but found no evidence of a downed ship. Well, we are learning more tonight about an investigation into the West Coast Game Park Safari in Bandon after authorities raided it this week and served search warrants. Oregon State Police say a camel at the park had to be euthanized. They say it was suffering from multiple medical conditions and would have died if they tried to move it. They also sent us photos where you can see a lion's ribs through its fur. Police say they seized and moved all of the other animals to places where they'll get the food and the care they deserve. No word yet on any criminal charges. And 2 middle school students in Centralia, Washington are facing possible felony arson charges after police say they intentionally made a laptop catch fire in the classroom. School districts nationwide are warning about this trend spreading on TikTok where students are filming themselves forcing objects into the ports of school-issued Chromebooks until they begin to smoke and even catch fire.
This appears more of relatively good kids making a really dumb choice.
The 12 and 13-year-old boys were arrested and expelled for the rest of the year. The judge also ordered the boys to stay off social media. In Clackamas County, detectives are investigating a shooting involving an Oregon City police officer. Police were called to a home on Claremont Way near Hillendale Park this morning over a domestic disturbance. That's where authorities say they found an armed man on the street who shot at one of the officers. The officer returned fire, but police say the man ended up taking his own life. The Oregonian reporting that man is a former Canby police sergeant, though the Oregon City police chief would not confirm that. No officers were hurt, and the one who fired back is now on leave. That's standard protocol there. A reminder, if you or anyone you know is having a mental health crisis, help is available 24/7. Just call or text the National Suicide and Crisis Hotline at 988 to be connected to support. Again, that number is 988. We are continuing our coverage tonight of the push to close OHSU's Primate Research Center. Now KGW is getting a firsthand look inside that Beaverton facility and hearing from some of the researchers. Investigative reporter Kyle Aboshi has our update.
At the Oregon National Primate Research Center, you'll find a property teeming with monkeys. Many of them are held in a large zoo-like setting with large open spaces and equipment.
Everybody gets 2 feedings of monkey chow biscuits a day.
Others are housed in covered shelters. In all, the research center is home to nearly 4,500 primates, although only about a third of them are used in medical research. We weren't provided with access to those caged primates, OHSU said, because exposure to outsiders could jeopardize the animal's health and disrupt research. OHSU says the Primate Center is crucial for advancing science, and studies on animals have led to new treatments and vaccines.
Just in recent years, that the development of COVID vaccine saved literally millions of lives, and that wouldn't have been done without non-human primate research.
The Beaverton facility, founded in 1962, has faced persistent opposition from animal rights groups. But recently, a medical ethics group, the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, has turned up the heat in the Primate Center, running ads showing scenes of monkeys in small cages.
The writing is really on the wall, that the exciting research, the research that the public wants to invest in, that wants to see conducted, doesn't involve monkeys in a cage.
The advertising blitz was aimed at forcing OHSU to close the Primate Center as a condition of buying Legacy Health. Although the merger fell through, the campaign gained traction. More than 10,000 Oregonians petitioned for the center to shut down, and Oregon Governor Tina Kotek publicly urged OHSU to plan for a humane closure, although her authority is limited. This week in Salem, animal activists pushed Oregon lawmakers to add an amendment to a bill in hopes of shutting down the Primate Research Center.
If we didn't have to use animals, I wouldn't. But because we use animals and we do whatever we can to improve their lifestyle, their psychological well-being, their health.
The director of the Primate Research Center says animal testing only happens when scientists can't use other research methods, and the center faces strict regulation and oversight, including regular audits. The lab's work is critical, say researchers, including Larry Sherman, who's studying how the brain deals with multiple sclerosis.
It may actually tell us how MS starts, which would be a great finding because it would allow us to actually eradicate MS altogether.
Closing the Primate Research Center wouldn't just impact the 420 employees that work here or the monkeys they care for, the director warns. It would be detrimental to research throughout the U.S. and the lives of patients hoping for a medical breakthrough.
We're bigger than Oregon, we're bigger than Portland, bigger than OHSU.
Funding is another concern. OHSU's Primate Research Center gets most of its funding, about 90%, from the National Institutes of Health. And recently, the Trump administration has tried to slash grants from the NIH. Kyle Aboshi, KGW News.